How's it going, everybody? It's Kevin here once again, give you another Halo update video. As you may know, over the weekend there was the HaloWC Orlando 2018 Open that happened, and I got a chance to watch my fair share of it, and it was certainly a great time to watch it. So in this video I want to give you my recap and review of the broadcast, as well as a recap of the teams, who are some major winners, some major losers, and some surprising teams that kind of came out of nowhere in the recent Open for HaloWC. So if you like these kind of videos, please make sure to tap that like button. Let me know you want to see more content like this. Leave a comment down below if you guys got a chance to watch the HaloWC Orlando tournament and what you thought of it, and because I do read all the comments and try to reply to most of them as well. And if you're new to the channel and want to hear some more content from me, make sure to tap that subscribe button with the notification, lets you know we're uploading anything awesome to this channel. So let's start with the big obvious news here. Slyce won the Open for this weekend at Orlando, which was probably not that much of a surprise, given that the previous video talking about the preview into the event, that Slyce was going in on a very big hot streak going into this, and they were I believe they actually won some previous tournaments before. They won 2 out of the last 3 tournaments that they were part of. So they're definitely a solid team. They're running in a bit of a hot streak right now going into this event, and they definitely rode that right into all the way to the championship game and beating Optic, which was probably going to be my number 2 choice when I thought who was going to win. But Slyce just rode all the way to the end, man. They didn't lose a single round. They won everything just at one after the other in rather convincing fashion as well. Like nothing really too close. Obviously the game against Optic was a pretty good fight, but other than that, they're winning matches 3-0, 4-0. Like, they're a serious team taking contention. From what I saw of the stream, there were some big plays coming from a lot of the players on Slyce, like Renegade, Shotzi, Stellar. They were all came to play, putting up some big numbers, some really awesome clips. So if you guys have had a chance to check out any of the highlight reels I've seen posted on YouTube, I highly suggest doing that. You'll see a lot of their names mentioned quite a bit. Now, the biggest surprise of the entire event was certainly on day 2, round 2, when Team Envious played against Optic, and Team Envious 3-0'd them. And now it was a close 3-0, I'll give Optic that, but Optic didn't even pull 1 game away from these guys. So that was the biggest thing that happened, I say, besides obviously Slyce winning, is that Optic got 3-0'd by Envious. Now, another surprise was certainly one of the teams that came from the Open winners bracket. There were over 100 teams available for teams to join into, so this was some stiff competition. You had to just play your A game over and over and over again just to have a chance to play in the champions bracket. And one team that really came out above all these Open players or Open teams was Fyra, Fyra Gaming. They beat the number 1 ranked team out of that whole group, so the one team that's just shy of being in the champion bracket, basically. And they came in as an 8th seed, so not a huge underdog, but the reason why I kind of wanted to take note of them is because when they got as far as playing against Straight Rippin', and then they eventually lost to Reciprocity, so they were really close to being, a top 5 team. Fyra tied for the 5th and 6th place position, being the only Open team to make it into the top 8 ranking. So hats off to those guys, man. They really pulled it off. Now, I did really enjoy the streams quite a bit. Again, I think the main issue when it comes to watching a first-person shooter on, as a spectator, is that you really lose context of the entire battle that's going on around you. I do prefer actually watching in first-person view when it comes to the action itself, because it kind of plays you how you would play the game, and it really puts you in the action of what's happening. Though I did see on some of the elimination rounds, they started implementing this like 3rd-person rotating angle around either power weapons or power-ups. I really like that feature a lot. It really helps give you a sense of, the positioning of the players, and when someone can have a chance to make a dive for that power up or power weapon. So one thing I also like to see was maybe like a 4-player quad view on one screen. I know that will really clutter things up. Maybe just remove the face cams and just show maybe like the name in the lower right real small, but just kind of giving you like a sense of idea of more context of how the battle's playing out, rather than seeing everything from first person view. And my only other critique I would say is I would really like to be able to know at all times who is alive and what weapons they have, or what weapons they have as their primary. With a game like Halo, especially when it comes to objective game modes, it's really important about who is alive and who is dead. If you have all 4 down, that's when you know they have to make a push for that objective. Let it be a flag or another strongholds point or something like that. Or like, oh, 3 are down, 2 are down. They're gonna make a push. I can anticipate what the attacking team is going to do, and I can understand their movements and to put that into my game as well, because that's one thing I really like watching about these MLG players, is that you get a chance to see how they play, and you can pick up some tips and tricks of jump maneuvers or different routes to take while playing the games. Again, bringing back the topic, I'd love to see the top of the screen, like where you see my name right up above here, have that just show 4 boxes on each side of each team. You don't have to put like the name or anything, just show 4 envious players, 4 optic players, and then just put like a red X when they're dead, and then when they're alive, show either like the pistol or like AR, or not AR, but either a pistol or like a sniper rifle or like a rocket launcher or whatever kind of power weapon they have. Just to let me know where the power weapons are, because that's really key. That's a really big thing to know, and who is alive and playing. That's another big thing as a spectator, would help make my enjoyment of the streams a lot more. Other than those critiques, I really liked the quality. The quality of the streams were great. I thought the volume levels were really well done. There were some hiccups, but that's going to happen when you have so many moving parts in a live stream. It's like not everything's gonna be perfect. 100% understand that. I would like to see the announcers have the option to toggle on when they do a listen in, because there's happened so many times where they're like, oh, listen in right now to the game would be really great. Can we get a listen in? And then like 5 minutes into the game, they're like, okay, we have it set up now. And it's like, well, you kind of lost the moment of when listening in was actually really important. And right now, and then now that you have a listen in, you're listening in, you're really just listening to a bunch of people yell at each other. At least that's what it kind of sounds like to me a lot. Obviously you can make out the words, but you know what I'm saying here. But yeah, like the production was great. Crowd sizes were awesome. The commentary was great too, not too overzealous or shouty or way too into it, but also giving some form of insight, because there were a lot of former pros that were commentators for Halo 5, and I really do appreciate that nod, or that acceptance of the Halo Pro community as the announcers, because they're the guys that know like what's really going on here. So I really like their insight into it as well. So overall, I gave it about like a 9 out of 10, I'd say, out of that. My 1 point docked is what I mentioned before with the critiques about some preferences I would like, so then you get better context of the situations. Maybe give more control to the commentators so they can toggle, or they can override the production team about what's being viewed or what's being listened into, or at least have much more dynamic built team between that, just so then the commentators don't feel so left out about what they want to see or what to do, and leaving it up to just some guy flicking a switch in the box, if you know what I mean. So in closing, the way the placements worked out was Slyce number 1, Optic was number 2, Team Envious number 3, Reciprocity 4, Renegades and Fyra tying for 5th, 6th position, and then Oxygen, Supremacy, and Straight Ribbon tying for 7th, 8th position when it comes to placements. The next HaloWC tournament, it's actually happening this weekend over in London, jolly old London town, and so you get a chance to watch that. It's gonna be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well, so get a chance to watch that as much as you can. I certainly will be as well. I'll be making some videos updating you guys on what to look out for, and also a review video on that, because I'm hyped. MLG, it's back in Halo, and it's great. It's the best production I've seen for Halo probably since Halo 3. No joke. That's not an exaggeration in my opinion. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to tap that like button. Lets me know you want to see more content like this, and it greatly helps out the channel. It helps the video get some more recognition as well. Leave a comment below what you thought about the video. If you enjoyed the streams, if your team that you wanted to win won, I do read all the comments and try to reply to most of them as well. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to tap subscribe, because we're always uploading awesomeness to the channel. Tap that bell too, because you got to do that. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.